sing some songs together. I want to use this time this morning to do something a little bit differently, and I hope that's okay with everyone. Before we dive in, first let me just say how wonderful it is having you back, Saul. We missed you, truly. I missed that Chatzi Kaddish during Torah reading. Not just from a ritual standpoint did we miss you, but really we missed our friend and our teacher. So welcome back. It's great to have you back. May you continue to feel better each and every day. I also want to acknowledge that while Saul was out, this congregational family of ours did something incredibly important. We had amazing volunteers step up to lead davening, to read Torah, and to navigate Bimah duties. So to all of you, and you know who you are, thank you. Thank you for all the time and energy that you put into it. Now, here is my appeal this morning. Saul is back. Thank God. Thank God. And next week, please God, Rabbi Starr will return from Israel, and this clergy team will be, as they say at Little Caesars Arena at the Red Wings games, at full strength. But I'm appealing to you all this morning that we can keep that congregational participation as active as we possibly can. Not for any of our sakes, but for our sake, for the sake of our shul. This morning we finished reading the book of Bereshit, the book of Genesis. And Bereshit, Genesis, is all about personalities. Strong leaders who take the reins of the narrative and cement themselves as avotenu and imotenu, our patriarchs and our matriarchs. But where we go next, the whole remainder of the Torah, the ikar, the essence of our peoplehood, and the heartbeat of it all is kehillah, community. Moshe takes on this protagonist role, but really everything is possible. The whole narrative, that whole narrative arc relies on the coming together of a people to build, to create, and to sustain. The great accomplishments of Am Yisrael, of the people of Israel, the building of the Mishkan, the setting up of shoftim, of judges, of courts and legal systems, the assembly of the priesthood and the temple service, the advent of Jewish autonomy, the propagation of a culture of study and intellectual and spiritual pursuit, the force of political Zionism and a return to our ancestral homeland, the story of us, the story of the Jewish people has personalities, but at its core, it is communal. And that, my friends, my family, is truly the key to our success and to our future. And when I say our success and our future, I don't just mean as Jews. I specifically mean the success and the future of Congregation Shaarey Zedek. That part of us that transcends the buildings that we've had on Brush and Chicago Boulevard and here on Bell Road. The part of us that is a link in the chain of something so much bigger and so much more important. The transmission of Yiddishkeit. The giving of Matan Torah. And the gracious acceptance of this great gift of our birthright. Our building, our programs, our events, and our initiatives continue through membership dues and your generous financial support. And all of that is incredibly important, and we are so thankful for your help in allowing us to put out our great work. But the Spirit, the Ruach, the spirit of our congregational family continues through Ayal Star leading Ashrei, through Emma Zirkle reading Torah for us on Shabbat morning, through Robin Lash reading Haftorah for us, for my father-in-law leading Daily Minyan, which he might do humbly, but I know how much meaning it brings to him. Participation in synagogue life is not just a helping hand to our clergy and staff. It is spiritual sustenance that helps our neshama stay attuned, vibrant, and growing in a world where the spiritual, the emotional, the transcendental is becoming increasingly rare. Our society is becoming more and more cynical and skeptical. Listen, as Jews, we do skeptical. I'm not going to say that we don't. That's part of who we are. But we also do hopeful. The world outside of these doors is about staying busy. The world in here is about staying amazed. So here's my appeal to all of us. This Bimah can be intimidating. I get that. I understand that. I would be lying if I said I still didn't get nervous standing up here, even when I'm just calling page numbers. This is an intimidating place. But you got to get up here. You have to. Not just for us, not for our sake, but for our sake and for yours. Because I promise you that reading some Torah, doing Hagba and Galila, leading Ashrei, offering a prayer for our country, our congregation, or for the state of Israel will bring something to you that you won't be able to quite describe. But it'll feel really important and it'll feel really good. And by good, I mean cosmically good. And that is how we will continue, please God, for many, many years to come. That is how, please God, this congregational family of ours will be handed over to our children and to our children's children and their children, Lador Vador. That they will do whatever they need to do with synagogue space and dues and programs and websites, but that they too will read these same words, that they too will chant these same tropes. And when they do, their hearts and their souls will feel that indescribable feeling, that feeling of being a heartbeat in a life that has continued far longer than anyone would have ever guessed. That feeling of peeling away the fallacious notion that Judaism exists as a museum to be observed rather than a living, breathing peoplehood that needs to be touched, explored, and embraced. That feeling of knowing, not epistemologically, but deep in our very bones, that we belong. That we belong. A few minutes ago, we said together the words chazak, chazak, venit chazek. We finished the book of heroes and trailblazers, and now we turn to the books of us, of our story, of where we come from, but more importantly, of where we're going. So let's keep that story alive. Let's add our voice to it. And then let's give it to new voices so that they too can sing, so that they too can pray and laugh and cry and feel all of this the way that it's meant to be felt. We're here to help. So please reach out to any of us, to our clergy, our staff, or just call the synagogue and let us know that you're interested in reading Torah and leading davening and teaching a class and learning how to read Torah or Haftorah or liturgy. Even if you're just working on your Aleph Beit, let us know, because there's lots of room up here on this Bimah, and it's waiting for you. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We'll continue now with our